When Sydney was going through its post-boom correction in 2018 and the first half of 2019, regional areas in New South Wales were a notable contrast. Locations throughout the state continued to show growth in sales activity and prices. But given the ongoing obsession with Sydney in mainstream media, the many strong markets in regional New South Wales were largely ignored. The regions outside Sydney have many examples of what I call a win-win-win situation that you can get when you invest in good regional centres. The first win is the affordable buy-in prices, much cheaper than the big cities. The second win is much better rental yields than the big cities. And the third win is good prospects for steady growth if you choose the right locations. Now, many of these places throughout regional New South Wales have long-term capital growth rates. That's the average annual growth in median house prices over 10 years of 5% a year, 6% a year, 7%, sometimes more. Now, regional centres in New South Wales with those kinds of strong long-term growth rates include places like Orange, Dubbo, Goulburn, Bowral and Mittagong in the Southern Highlands area, Wyong and Terrigal on the Central Coast, and many others. Goulburn near Canberra and Wyong on the Central Coast both have long-term capital growth rates of 7% per year, which is competitive with anywhere in Australia, while Bowral in the Southern Highlands, south of Sydney, averages close to 8% a year, which is right up there with the best in the nation. Many locations throughout regional New South Wales have recorded double-digit growth in their median house prices in the past 12 months. And those growth markets are widely spread right across the state. There's so many of them. There's many dozens that have had double-digit growth in their prices throughout 2019. Kingscliff, for example, in the north of the state near the Queensland border, has risen 12% in the past year and now has a median house price above $1 million. Nearby in Tweed Heads, it's grown its median price 11% to $790,000. And right down in the far south of the state, Lake Albert, which is part of the Wagga Wagga market, has risen 13%. Another part of the Wagga market, Tatton, has grown 14%, while central Wagga Wagga increased almost 10%. So plenty of growth in that location as well. In the Byron Bay market, Suffolk Park has increased its median price 12% in the last 12 months to reach 1.17 million. And there's lots of other examples. Jindabyne in the Snowy River region's up 14%, Gulgong in the Midwestern region's up 14%, Gloucester in the Mid-Coast region increased 17%. And there's many other locations throughout regional Australia which have recorded growth in the range from, say, 7% to 10% in their median house prices in the last 12 months. They include places like Bathurst, Broken Hill, way out west, Cooma, Cootamundra, Cowra, Griffith, Maclean, Mudgee, Singleton, Tumut, Kempsey. There's a very long list. And this strong price performance in those regional areas with their affordable buy-in prices has occurred at a time when the city market has generally been struggling for growth, and that's prior to the revival in prices that occurred in the latter part of 2019. And all of that provides compelling evidence that investors can find good investments with appealing prospects for long-term growth in regional areas. And that's quite contrary to a lot of the rhetoric you're going to find in mainstream media. The new edition of our top 5 regional New South Wales hotspots reports highlights the 5 locations where we think investors can buy affordably, achieve good rental yields, and look forward to solid growth over time. There are many other locations we could justifiably have included, but we're limited to selecting 5. Some of them being included in earlier versions of the report and have delivered really good price growth in the last couple of years. Places like Wagga Wagga, I mentioned earlier, the Hunter Valley towns, and Queanbeyan just outside Canberra. So go to the Hotspotting website and get yourself a copy of our new edition of Top 5 New South Wales Regional Hotspots for 2020 to discover our tips for the best places to buy. Terry Ryder from hotspotting.com.au signing off. Let's talk again soon.